I had a very hard life growing up. I haven't had parents. I haven't known right from wrong most of my life.
So let me ask you this. When is it your choices and it's not the fact that you had horrible parents? When does it become your choice?
No.
When you're 30? And then it's no longer, you can say, well, I had a bad childhood. My parents were horrible. My parents didn't raise me.
I know you're not.
So when does it stop being your parents' problem or your parents' fault? When is it because you're making choices? Court is calling 2023 CR 0168A, State of Texas versus Arya Eden Frostto. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Peter Calvarola for Ms. Frostto, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Frostto?
Yes.
Counsel, did you, I'm sorry, Ms. Frostto, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Arya Eden Frostto who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 0168A for the offense of burglary habitation on May 1st, 2023 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 42 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Arya Eden Frostto, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the weeks of September 25th, October 2nd, October 9th, and October 16th, 2023, in violation of condition number 42.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, oh, sorry.
Do you waive?
Yes, ma'am. We waived the other violation alleged in the motion.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 42, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? You need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 42?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 42 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's not, Your Honor. The state is asking for a cap of 8 years in the prison, and I know the defense wants to ask for something else, Your Honor.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is requesting that, respectfully requesting that we possibly continue on probation.
Okay, you're going to need to speak up. And everyone, you need to whisper. We're on the record. And if people are having reunions instead of chatting about cases, I'm going to ask that you hold off on your reunion talks. Yes.
Your Honor, respectfully, my client is requesting that she be reinstated on probation and subject to any programs that the court might deem appropriate. My client would also like to address the court if.
All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
My name is Arya Eden Frostto.
All right. What would you like to say?
I stand before you today to ask you to reinstate my probation and or give me a monitor to show you that I've matured since being 17. While being incarcerated, I have been working on my GED. I've also taken anger management courses, and I've had good behavior since being incarcerated and always try to behave myself even on the outside. For being only 19, I am very mature for my age, and I know I have a lot of potential. I also know my worth as a mother and a young woman. When it comes to being a hardworking, sophisticated woman, I plan on going to college when I am released, also to do is what I need to for probation. I have an interest in cosmetology and I'm pursuing that as my career. I have a 3-year-old son that needs me at my best version of myself and looks up to me. I have 2 younger sisters, 14 and 13, that also look up to me as well. Since being incarcerated, I missed my son's 3rd birthday and my sister's 13th birthdays.
Okay, let me stop you for a moment. So the main question for me is, why are you not reporting? This whole thing about you missing your son's 3rd birthday and your sister's 13th birthday, that's all on you. So why are you not reporting?
I had a very hard life growing up. I haven't had parents. I haven't known right from wrong most of my life.
So let me ask you this. When is it your choices and it's not the fact that you had horrible parents? When does it become your choice?
No.
When you're 30? And then it's no longer, you can say, well, I had a bad childhood. My parents were horrible. My parents didn't raise me.
I know you're not.
So when does it stop being your parents' problem or your parents' fault? When is it because you're making choices?
I've made very bad choices.
No, I mean, my question is, how old are you now?
19.
All right, so my question to you is, when is it, woe is me, my parents were horrible, when does it become, it's a choice you made?
Right now, Your Honor.
No, when?
This choice.
When? Because what you're reading, you're giving me excuses as to why you didn't report. Your excuse is you don't know right from wrong, which I don't understand how that's even possible. But your excuse is I don't know right from wrong because I didn't have any parents to teach me right from wrong. And you're 19, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So at what age will you stop making an excuse that I don't know right from wrong because my parents didn't teach me? What age will you be when you won't come before another court or somebody else using that as an excuse? Tell me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Stop that.
All right. So here's my other question. Why are you not reporting?
I had no transportation and I was trying my best. And I called him multiple times telling him my circumstance. And that was my probation officer.
Let me ask you this. Were you eating food? You need to say yes or no.
Yes, Your Honor.
So did you have a job?
No, Your Honor.
So how were you supporting yourself?
As best as I could.
No, what does that mean? How were you eating and supporting yourself if you didn't have employment?
I had my mom, but
All right, so you had your mom, the same mom who's a horrible parent who didn't teach you right from wrong, correct?
I chose her as my mom. She adopted me, but they had already said I had warrants out.
So were you living with her?
Yes.
And where is your 3-year-old?
He's with me and his dad. Back and forth. I see him on the weekends.
All right. So this is what I'm looking at. When this plea bargain was done, there were many cases that were taken in consideration. Have you paid any of the restitution?
Yes, I paid it when I went to probation the first time. I was paying my probation fees were $80 a month, and my drug fees, and I never came out dirty.
I mean, I just don't understand. You're not reporting. I don't understand that. I know this is your second motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor. But
So,
I want to change that. I really do. I want to change that.
All right. So I'm sorry, but you're not a good candidate for probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, this is your second time. You've been given chances. I don't think there's anything else that the court can do for you. I mean, I don't think she has any prior history that would exclude her from potentially a shock probation, but I'm going to find her guilty. And as previously stated, I'm finding violation of condition number 42 true. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'm going to sentence her to 5 years in the prison. Give her credit for any time served. Probation, is there outstanding restitution?
I don't have any restitution.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that's as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And I will tell you this, if we can go off the record, if you want me to consider shock probation, when you're at the prison, you had better be doing something to show me that you're making improvements and that you're internalizing the reason why you were sentenced. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you can talk to her about shock probation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, everyone, I'm going to need to take up. Court is calling 2023 CR 11298, State of Texas versus Angel Martinez Pacheco. If I could have parties announced for the record for the state.
Hank Wilkins to the state.
Defense.
Attorney record is Monica Guerrero. Mr. Pacheco, will you give this judge permission for me to do this in place of Ms. Guerrero?
Yes.
All right. And are you Angel Martinez Pacheco?
Yes.
We have an interpreter here today. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Arlene Abrams?
All right. Mr. Pacheco, all of the documents that have been presented to the court are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review that with your client?
Yes, we have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Pacheco, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pacheco, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand that you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez Pacheco, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Counsel, has your client had access to an immigration attorney?
Your Honor, we had advised him of immigration consequences previously, Monica Guerrero and myself. And he was brought in previously on a different court date so that Monica could speak with him. And he accepted an offer and gave Monica permission for me to do this in place of her. He understands those consequences and wishes to go forward.
All right. Mr. Martinez Pacheco, did you understand by entering a plea in this cause number, it will have an impact on your immigration status?
Yes.
Did you understand that that impact could be deportation,
Yes.
the denial of naturalization,
Yes.
and the denial of re-entry into the United States?
Yes.
And did your attorney speak to you about the consequences of the impact a plea in this case will have on your immigration status?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $600 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution, if any, to Marvin Tisa, Tisa. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, and no contact with Marvin Tissa. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
And state, have you spoken with the complainant?
We have, Your Honor.
And is the complainant aware of this agreement?
Your Honor, Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas, from our notes, it indicated that he did have a problem with the status agreement.
All right, thank you. All right, you may continue to confer. Mr. Martinez Pacheco, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it at all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We ask that you follow the plea bargain agreement. Prior to him being picked up in the Bexar County Jail, he was employed. He will need a payment plan for any fine, supervisory fees. However, he did indicate that he wishes to return to the address listed on the police report. And I had admonished him that he couldn't have any contact with Mr. Tiza. Just so that the court's aware, he may not have a place to stay. His other relatives are living in Mexico. So he doesn't want to violate probation going to an address.
All right. Does he have an immigration hold or no?
He does not, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication, a $600 fine. That'll be probated. There's to be no contact with Essex, ESSEX Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78210. There is to be no contact with Marvin. It's listed in the plea bargain agreement as TISA, and the police report is TISTA. So there's to be no contact with Marvin Tisa or Tista. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Is he here legally?
My understanding, no, Your Honor.
All right. He is, I can't order deportation because this is state court, but he is not to come back to the United States unless he's here legally. So why do they not have for him to be deported if he's not here legally? All right. You're not allowed to be in the United States. That's a part of your probation. Probation, he's not here legally. He's not allowed to be in the United States. If he is here in the United States, then issue a motion to revoke. All right, so he's not allowed in the United States unless he's here legally. Bill visits once a month until further notice. And I'm going to do a 180-day jail sanction. And that's to be day for day. And there's no credit for that. Anger management. Probation, is there anything else? All right. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining, I'm sorry, there's also an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, before we go off the record.
Yes.
If you could perhaps hold one turn in advance about his residency until there's perhaps violations
You mean about where he can't live?
about the residing in the US.
No, I mean, he's not here legally. If he's here legally, then of course I would do something different. But he's not, being in the United States illegally is a crime. And so he would be violating his probation. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Statesman. All right, who's here on Luis Franco?
A 19-year-old mother named Arya Eden stands before Judge Boyd asking for another chance after violating her probation for burglary. The violation? She failed to report to her supervision officer for 4 straight weeks. In a surprisingly emotional and tense moment, Arya blames her rough childhood, telling the judge she hasn't known right from wrong most of her life because her parents never taught her. But Judge Boyd isn't buying it. She stops Arya mid-sentence and asks a pointed question. When does it become your choice? The judge presses further, pointing out that Arya was living with the same mother she blames, eating her food, while still not reporting. The defendant pleads for reinstatement, saying she has missed her 3-year-old son's birthday and wants to show she has matured. But Judge Boyd reminds her this is the second motion to revoke. Visibly frustrated by the repeated excuses, the judge finds Arya not a good candidate for probation. She sentences her to 5 years in prison. Before closing, Judge Boyd offers one final warning. If Arya wants to be considered for shock probation, she better spend her time behind bars making real improvements and internalizing why she was sentenced.